you didn't walk around with no stockings on.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm guilty. I do walk around with no stockings on, but I also have like leggings or something going on underneath my dress,
Right, right,
because I don't want that chafing thing. We'll talk about that later.
right.
But my grandmother used to talk about, you know, looking presentable when you go outside.
Mm-hmm.
And even though my grandmother was on a cane
Mm-hmm.
and she couldn't walk very well,
Right.
you never ever in life saw her go outside, even if we were going to the bank
Mm-hmm.
or going to the store.
Mm-hmm.
She always had on her little pencil skirt,
Right.
or she had on some nice slacks. She always had a nice blouse on. Her hair was always together.
Mm-hmm.
She always had her heels on.
She was done up. She looked presentable.
Always. Now,
Mm-hmm.
she didn't have a whole lot of makeup. She had a little lipstick on.
Right.
But basically, when she came out the house, she used to represent herself as a lady. She didn't
Absolutely.
look trifling and look like she just rolled out of bed.
Right.
And so the reason why I'm saying this, guys, is because I just have a problem
Mm-hmm.
with the way things are today. Now, I know that women are liberal now, and we are feminists, and we feel like we can burn our bras and
Mm-hmm.
we don't have to wear drawers no more. I don't like wearing drawers myself because I don't like, I got a big ass, so I can't really wear them like that. News at 11.
Chafing is real. Chafing is real.
I mean, hey, the chafe is real, but I need some air.
Right.
And I really don't like bras either, but I ain't trying to flop around and take pictures of people.
Right.
But even when I go and take my daughter outside, go to school or whatever, I still do not walk outside, even if I have a t-shirt on. I always have a nice pair of jeans or a nice pair of leggings. I always have my hair together. Or even if it's pinned up or in a ponytail, it's in a neat ponytail.
Right, right.
I don't put on makeup, but I always have eyelashes.
Mm-hmm.
And I walk out the house with knowing that who's to say who will approach me?
Right, right.
I might have to jump and go to Walmart because it's a walk around her house, her school, her house.
Right.
Her school. I must be manifesting she gonna have a house.
Right.
But anyway,
I ain't mad at it. Speaking
I'm manifesting. Because I keep, we'll talk about that later. But the point is, I know I'm babbling, but the point is that you just never the hell know when you are going to be outside and you're going to see someone who knows you.
Right.
It could be your boss. It could be your pastor. It could be a potential mate. It could be anything. And you're outside looking crazy. And so one of the things that the reason why I was saying this is because Monique, about 5 months ago, basically the gist of it is she was in the airport flying from Atlanta or from Mississippi to Atlanta or vice versa.
Yeah, to do a comedy show. Yeah.
Yeah, she was doing a comedy show and she was on, walking through the airport, and she said that there was not one black woman in the whole dang blasted place that was under the age of 40 that did not have on one of three things or had with them. They either had on, I call them thought caps. That's what the hell I call them. But they're them cloth shower caps. But they're thought caps as far as I'm concerned, because you got to keep your hair done while you do your thing, if you know what I mean.
I got you.
So I call them thought caps. And then they have on those jogging pants, like those SpongeBob SquarePants. You got on some
pajamas,
right now, but
right,
you
right,
in the
right.
house,
Yeah,
though,
yeah, I'm
pajama
chilling.
pants.
Yeah.
But you in the crib though,
right?
You ain't outside. So
right.
he got on some right there. But they in the airport like that. They got on slippers. They got on sloppy t-shirts.
Right.
And they got blankets. Like they literally
about to take a nap. Right.
Taking a nap in the airport. And she was said that she was just so appalled about it. And one of the things that she said that really resonated with me, a quote she said, represent yourself with pride. Hey, my sweet baby, show yourself that you deserve the best for yourself. I love us for real. And I think the reason why she was saying that is because I just feel like black women, it's bad enough that we are already like under that magnifying glass and everybody's trying to emulate us and copy us.
Right.
But then we take it to the next level and we get ratchet with it. And where did we go wrong, Anonymous? Where we go wrong?
Yeah, man.
What's your perspective on this?
She said she was in Atlanta. Here in Cincinnati, I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio. People who aren't familiar, I see it like every so often in like a Kroger's or something like that. But I haven't seen it to the extent that she's talking about. My opinion on it is just like she said. You never know who's looking at you. You don't know if you're missing out on an opportunity. You don't know if somebody was going to approach you to say, "Hey, she has a beautiful face. I would love for her to, hey, I would love for her to do some business with this lady." But if you see somebody out, you're not going to want to approach them. If it's just same with somebody who wants to be in a potential relationship or a mate or any kind of situation, is you dress for whatever how you dress is the same as the energy you put out. You're going to attract that back. If you're looking kind of rough and bummy, people are going, not saying it's fair, not saying it's warranted, not saying it's right, but people are going to judge you. Like, that's just kind of how it works. People go, "Oh man, look, she looking toe up from the flow up. She ain't got no money. We don't like." It just brings negative energy towards you.
It does.
But if you feel like that's what you want to do, I mean, who am I to say no? But at the same time, I at least go out looking presentable. That's always been my thing for life. Is just, hey, you never know who you're gonna see out. Somebody, oh yo, that just you might see somebody from high school. Oh yo, that's anonymous over there. I remember him from back in the day. Right. And I might want to strike up a conversation, and you never know what conversations lead to when you're putting out positive energy. So,
well, exactly. And well, another thing that she said in piggybacking, because she didn't want to just flat out criticize, but she did say,
yeah, it was all in love. It was all in love.
Right, it was all in love. She says, "I'm not saying you don't have pride, but the representation that you're showing someone will have to ask you if oh wait a minute, we'll have to ask you to know if you have it. I'm gonna get it. It's not to get a man. It is just your representation of you."
Right.
And I'm always like, my family teases me all the time about that, because my mom was like, "You are always glamorous. You always glamorous." And I'm like, "You damn right."
Right.
If I'm a model.
Right.
And one of the things that Tyra Banks always said, she said, you should always, if you are a model, you should look like one.
Absolutely.
If you are a professional person, you should look like one. And even if you work at Walmart, you should look presentable, like you have a damn job. Facts. And even if you are a at-home mother,
right,
or you work, like for instance, my sister works from home. I work from home too, but my sister does like phone work, and sometimes she's on the screen and stuff like that, and she goes to seminars and stuff like that. And she says one of the things that she does is she gets up every morning. She don't gotta go nowhere like that.
Right.
She gets up every morning. She says she takes a shower. She changes her clothes into her professional clothes.
Right.
She says that she goes to Starbucks or she goes to McDonald's, grab a coffee, come back home, as if she's coming in to work.
Right.
And she makes sure that she is presentable and she looks
good,
the part, because she says she goes into her home base office, closes the door, and she's like at work.
Absolutely. And
she does those things, like she's at work. Like she fixes her lunch, like she's at work. Like she brings her bag lunch. So she ain't got to go in the kitchen and go cooking, because she has her snack right there.
Facts.
So she can do maybe she has to do like a working lunch, or whatever.
Right.
And it just makes a difference. There are people sometimes that want to do like a phone situation with me, one-on-one.
Right.
I have to look presentable.
Absolutely.
I gotta look good.
Right.
I can't walk around. I can't walk up to people and say, "Hi, I'm Simply Simone Thyke. I'm CEO of XYZ magazine, and I'm recruiting models. You're gorgeous. You need to be in my magazine." If I got the shower cap on and thought cap and I'm looking crazy, do you think they would respect me?
Right. And you can even reverse that situation around and say, if you see a woman dressed like that, it's like she's not capitalizing on her true beauty. You can't even approach her and say, "I want you to be in my magazine," because if that's how she's presenting herself, it's like you don't want that energy in your brand. So
no,
you never know.
I don't. And speaking of which, so one of the things, and I agree with her on this one. Another quote she said is, "Y'all aggravate me with the airport judgment. if you don't like bonnets in public, don't wear one, she said.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a woman said to her, in a white beater and those rubber shower shoes with the fresh pedicure, uh, a lot of people are making, these guys are making comments about it. Like
Mm-hmm.
these women are dressing stank.
Mm-hmm.
But wait a minute. The crazy part is,
What was it?
I got a brain fart.
Uh-huh.
I was like at Walmart. I was getting out of my car,
Mm.
and this guy was gorgeous. He was like foul yaya. He was like dressed to the T,
Uh-huh.
had his little jogger suit on,
Mr.
and,
Tall, Dark,
you know,
and Handsome.
with the sexy gray jogging pants.
Uh-oh. She was drooling.
Oh my god!
She was drooling.
And then he was with his woman
Mm-hmm.
dressed the same way
Yeah.
with the thigh cap on.
Mm.
She had her a white beater. She had on her
Mm.
her pajama pants and flip flops, and
Right,
she
right.
was looking so stank.
Mm.
And he really was He was kind of walking with her, but he kind of wasn't.
Mm.
And I was thinking to myself, and I want to ask you, as a guy,
Mm.
if your woman came outside like that, would
Mm.
you ask her or would you check her before you left the house?
Mm.
Would you ask the question like,
Mm.
why are you dressed like that? Or would you, I mean, you're not gonna like dog her out,
Right.
but would you like encourage her? Well, baby, I want you to look your best. Could you maybe put on something else? Or
Right, right, right.
how would you approach that?
Well, my girl's never gonna go outside looking like that. Just from her own mental makeup, she's never been the type to be like, oh, let me wear pajamas outside. She wore my shirt outside one time and she had like a mental breakdown. She was like, it's not mine. It's too big. It's too baggy. It doesn't look right on me. But let's just say hypothetically, we were about to go out and she had
Right.
pajamas and stuff on. I don't know how I would handle it, honestly. I would ask her, hey, is everything okay? Because it's so out of the norm for her personality. I would just be like, hey, is everything okay? What's going on? I see you not really dressing up today. That's not how you usually act. You usually take pride in how you look when we go out. You usually done up. You usually, checking herself in the mirror. She checking herself in the mirror, just trying to feel herself out. Like, just check on mental health situations. I hope this isn't I hope the people who dress up like that, who dress down like that, I guess is a proper way to say it, just realize like you look crazy. Like if you okay with that, like in the situation of the girl and the guy that you're talking about, hey, if they together and she's happy with her situation and she's cool with going out and looking like that, hey, more power to you, girl. But for the people who need opportunities, who are in bad situations in their life in general and looking for blessings and looking for help,
Yes.
I just don't think you want to bring that type of energy. I just don't think. I I don't know. I really don't know. I've gone to the store in like sweatpants, but I mean sweatpants or joggers or whatever, but I still dress up. Um, I don't know.
Well,
It's
guys can get away with it.
right.
Y'all tend to, that's y'all garb.
Like right, right. It's just that I don't know where the bonnets came from. I don't. I never got the real bonnet. I've never been one of the people to wear a do rag like out. Like I wear it like I mean now I don't really need it, but shout out to my shirt. But back in the day, yeah, I would be the one to like wear it when I'm sleeping, come brush through my hair and then go outside. But I never was really one to wear it outside that much. So, not to say this is a foreign topic to me, but I would check like hopefully it's not a mental health situation. That's the first thing I want to say. Hopefully the
I
people who
mean,
are doing
I
it
hope not.
right, right. The people that are doing it are hey, I'm happy with my life. I'm cool with who I am, but I don't get it, bro. I don't
I
get it.
don't either. I don't either. And a lot of women like came for her
Mhm.
and was like, why highlighting black women like that?
Right.
We can do what we want to do. But see,
Right.
the thing about it is, for me, I feel like we've lost our way. I
Mm.
just feel like,
Right.
even guys nowadays are in the millennials.
Right. Right.
They seem to be on
Mhm.
this sloppy way of thinking,
Right.
sloppy way of behaving,
Right.
sloppy way of their appearance. They seem like all across the board depressed
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
like I don't know who the hell started the nappy
Mhm.
where you shave the sides of your head and make it line up neat, but
Mhm.
then your hair is nappy as hell on the top of your head.
That's not a.
And then the sagging and
Mhm.
guys exposing their underwear and it ain't
Mhm.
even clean and they
Right.
exposing their underwear and all of these things. And I'm just like, damn, like
Right.
what the hell?
Mhm.
And then like I said, the women are matching the energy by
Mhm.
walking outside sloppy too.
Mhm.
And I don't know where we lost our way because I know in my era,
Mm.
because I grew up in the 80s,
Mm-hmm.
that was when I was in high school.
Right.
We wouldn't be called dead looking stank and sloppy at school because they didn't have uniforms when I was coming along high school.
Right.
So, you had your different cliques,
Mm-hmm.
but for the most part, everybody dressed equally
Right.
nice. Like I came up during the era of Izod shirts,
Mm-hmm.
polo shirt,
Mm-hmm.
or the button ups.
Mm-hmm.
And then people will wear Levi jeans or designer jeans, and
Right.
we would always have penny loafers with the pennies in them,
Yeah.
or we would wear they would wear the K Swiss,
Mm.
the K Swiss gym shoes,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like everything, you know
Right.
what I'm saying? And
Right.
I just don't really know where we went wrong
Mm.
or why women aren't ladylike anymore,
Right.
why we don't carry ourselves. But the thing that's sad though,
Mm.
we want to wear designer clothes,
Mm-hmm.
but we don't fit the lifestyle that goes along with it.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? We want to make it seem like we got money, and I don't
Mm.
have a problem with fake it till you make it.
Right.
But what is the point of spending $400 for this and $300 for that,
Mm-hmm.
and then your attitude and your lifestyle and your whole disposition doesn't match it up?
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
that's just me.
Mm-hmm.
I I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really speechless on that. But
Right.
the reason why, guys, I'm kind of bringing this up
Mm.
is because I have a new movement. It's called Bougie Elegance, and anybody that follows me on Instagram or any of my different platforms,
Mm.
um, you will see Bougie Elegance up there. So I'm gonna kind of give you all like a definition, so to speak, of what I believe bougie elegance is.
Break it down to the
So,
peoples.
bougie elegance. First of all, back in the day, it was called bourgeoisie,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a African American term
Mm-hmm.
for Black people whom got educated,
Mm-hmm.
and they got to the point where they were able to buy a better house,
Mm-hmm.
get a better job, and they took their class level from lower class
Right.
or poor
Right.
to middle class or upper middle class, if even.
Mm. I didn't even know
And
that.
so, yes, and so therefore bourgeoisie meant I in my mind I'm better than you
Mm.
because I've elevated myself, and so now I'm in a whole different class
Right.
that I've set for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so that's kind of where the separation between in the Black community happened, where you had your educated Black folks that left the ghetto and now they are bougie,
Mm-hmm.
and they live in a nice, in a white neighborhood and
Right.
got the
Right.
nice car, and
Right.
their kids, go to a private school. And
Mm-hmm.
so now we're not hood enough, as they call it.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, I mean, fortunately, but unfortunately, I kind of grew up in that era because my family
Mm-hmm.
is bourgeoisie. We will
Mm.
be considered a bourgeoisie. Everybody in my is not one person in my family that doesn't have at least a bachelor's degree.
Mm.
Most have
That's
a
dope.
master's degree,
Mm-hmm.
or might even have more than one
Mm-hmm.
master's degree. Like I have two master's degrees and a bachelor's,
Go ahead.
and I have doctoral hours, if y'all didn't know.
Dope.
So I am an educated person,
Mm-hmm.
but because I worked in the inner city, I had an opportunity, even though I was raised in that place.
Mm-hmm.
I never really felt like I fit in because my
Absolutely.
dad was kind of ratchet a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
He had a good job, but he was not raised bourgeoisie. He was raised kind of poor.
Okay.
And then he married my mom, and
Mm-hmm.
he was married into that bourgeoisie. He never really liked it,
Mm-hmm.
and I kind of got that behavior from him, where I'm bougie,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm empathetic, and I can move. I can move in any section.
I got you.
You understand?
Right. Right.
I can go to a dom. You can take if you date me.
Mm-hmm.
You can take me to the barbecue,
Right.
and I know how to play dominoes, spades, and
Mm-hmm.
drink Henny and
Right.
smoke a blunt like everybody else.
Get it in.
I
Gotcha.
can. And
Right.
I don't have a problem with it.
Right.
And I'm not gonna judge nobody else that do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Now, am I gonna get drunk? Nah,
No,
I'm
right.
not that
Right.
person.
Right. No, that's
Am I
something
gonna
different.
get high out my mind? Not really. Now I'm going to maintain my class level.
Get a little nice buzz. I'd keep you level.
Right. I'm going to get a buzz, and I'm going to maintain my class level so that I don't embarrass about whoever I came with.
Absolutely.
But I know how to hang with the fellas or hang with the girls and shoot the shit.
Right.
However, if you were to take me, say for instance, me and you were dating, and you took me to a accounting event, since you do accounting,
right,
and you took me to a business convention, and we went there, and we were at a luncheon.
Okay.
You could take me there,
right,
and I could sit at the table, know that I'm supposed to put the napkin on my lap, know what fork to use. I know what the salad fork looks like, and I know what the dinner fork is. I know what the water glass is. I know what the wine glass is. I know the dessert fork and the dessert spoon. I know how to use a knife. I don't hold the knife like this and my fork like this, like I'm a caveman.
Right. You're not shoveling food in your mouth. I got
exactly. Like I was raised properly because my grandma didn't play that shit. She was like, don't put your elbows on the table. Don't hum at the table. Don't eat with your mouth open. All those things. I hear that shit in my ear.
Right.
And so, even though like I said, I was raised bourgeoisie, I still don't know how to. You could even take me to a $300 plate. You could take me to the Chicago Chop House and spend $500 on me, and I still know how to read the menu. I know how to order my food. I know how to put my hands in my lap. And you could take me somewhere, and I'm not saying scrimps.
Right, scrimps and strawberries. I got you.
And strawberries and all that, and the caputa. I'm not saying shit like that.
Right.
And so, basically what I'm establishing now is something called bougie elegance. And so basically I pulled the bourgeoisie mindset and I changed it into the definition of this.
Okay.
That bourgeoisie or the bougie elegance basically means that I'm living the lifestyle. I'm dressing the lifestyle of class. I didn't say expensive, but of class. In other words, I dress according to my body type. I wear clothes that look expensive, but may not be. Because you can dress expensive without paying a lot of money for it, because you can be put together.
Absolutely.
I carry myself in an expensive and classy way. I speak in an expensive and classy way. I hang out and I surround myself with people who are slightly bougie and classy. Because did you know this? I was reading a book.
What's up?
Shout out to The Miracle Morning, which I'm reading now, guys. It's the Life 10 lifestyle. Okay. And level 10 lifestyle. And basically they said, and this is to be true, and I don't know, you can verify this with me, bro.
What's up?
They said if you consistently hang around 5 people, if you got 5 friends, depending on who they are and how they move, that's the person in which you will become as well. You are going to take on the same mannerisms. So if you hang around 5 ratchet motherfuckers, you're going to be ratchet. Yep. If you hang around 5 gossiping ass motherfuckers, you're going to be gossipy. Yep. If you hang around business like-minded people, then you're going to be more business.
Absolutely.
If you so therefore, it's something to be said that if you hang around millionaires and people whom you admire and you want to emulate and be like, you are going to eventually, their characteristics and their mannerisms and their habits are going to roll off and influence your behavior.
100%. Yeah, I agree that. I agree that 100%. Like when people say you are the company you keep, like that is 100% true. Not just.
And I never understood that with my grandma. I say, "Oh, you being bougie, grandmother?"
Right. Right. No, that's real. Like you. Not only is it you'll be judged because they're. People were like, oh, he rolls with him, so he's that way. But you also are the company you keep because you're absolutely right. You take on their mannerisms. Like, it's just natural to, hey, I see you doing this, I'm going to do that. That's the double-edged sword of social media. I think this is going to be a completely other rant, but hey, we've gone down this path, so let's get into it.
Why not? Why not?
So with social media, I think that people focus on the wrong stuff. Like people put like when it's natural to want to watch the bad videos or natural to want to watch the fighting videos or controversy or
Right,
everything else.
right, right.
But social media, I think, should have been, hey, I really appreciate Chris Rock or Denzel Washington. I can watch interviews where they drop in little gems or nuggets of information that I wouldn't be
Right,
able to get anywhere else. So in
right,
that way, those could be like if you watch enough of somebody, they can feel almost like a close friend. So you can take on some of their tips or hints or tricks on how to
right.
get into the game or how to boost yourself up or how to be motivated or how to be a better person overall. And that could be a great way to use social media. But unfortunately, the way people use it now is we, judging people, we comparing each other, we hating on people, we,
Yes.
trolling and all that other stuff.
Bullying.
Yeah, it's completely took a left turn. But yeah, I mean, bringing it all the way back, I absolutely agree 100%. You are 100% the company you keep. You can say, "Oh, I don't let them affect me," but regardless, you are. What did 50 Cent say? You will go as far as the people that you talk to for no reason. Like the energy that you bring into your life is limiting you or excelling you in one way or another, and that's facts.
Facts,
Mm-hmm.
facts. But the crazy part is, so again with the bougie elegance thing,
Mm-hmm.
the bougie side of it is your lifestyle, the way you carry yourself, and how
Mm-hmm.
you go about it. And the elegance
100%.
part is when you think about elegance,
Mm-hmm.
you think about like the Lena Horns, if y'all
Mm-hmm.
don't know who Lena Horne is,
Mm-hmm.
or the Diane Carrolls,
Absolutely.
the Halle Berrys,
Mm-hmm.
even
Used to have
Janet
such a huge crush
Jackson.
on her. Oh my goodness,
I
Halle
know, I
Berry.
know.
Oh
She
my
was
goodness.
everything. Or
Yes.
even though I didn't really like her in Boomerang, but Robin Givens.
Yep. Yep.
She was bougie elegance
Mm-hmm.
all day long.
Boomerang was one of those that was black excellence. Like Boomerang, that
It
was like we
was.
were working, we were in corporate offices. It wasn't no ratchet crazy like that. When
Right.
I was like, this needs to be a TV series. I was like, this,
I agree.
yeah, that was beautiful. Boomerang was one of those movies where I saw it. I was like, this is something different. Like, well, it was made in like the early '90s, wasn't it? Late '80s, because Eddie
Yeah, early
Murphy.
90s.
Yeah, that
Early
was.
90s.
Oh, that was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful.
It was. It really was. And I was just like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but uh basically what I'm trying to do is this, guys. And so I'm gonna make the announcement here
Mm-hmm.
on the podcast that, you know, while I love Taffy BBW magazine, and I spent the better part of 2 years giving birth to it and
Mm-hmm.
nurturing it.
Yep.
And, you know, you all can learn from me,
Mm-hmm.
really. When you have an idea, sometimes God will bless you with an idea.
Mm-hmm.
And then because of circumstances, he gives you a blueprint of
Mm-hmm.
what he wants you to do with something,
Right.
but then you allow peer pressure and society
Mm-hmm.
to detour you from really doing what you were meant to do.
Right.
And I intended for Tabby BBW magazine to be something classy and elegant.
Mm-hmm.
And in essence, what I did is I fell victim to what I thought people wanted to see.
Mm-hmm.
And even though I'd never exploited any of the girls that were in my magazine, shout out to every model that supported me during the COVID when I even launched Taffy BBW on March of 2020.
Mm-hmm.
But I lost sight of what I wanted, you
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying, and what I really wanted it to be.
Mm-hmm.
And even though I published, I was very consistent,
Mm-hmm.
and I published 12 copies, even when nobody bought them or I didn't have big sales.
Right.
I still did it
Right.
because I'm one of these type of people. I like to finish it, even
Mm-hmm.
if I'm failing miserably.
Mm-hmm.
I like to learn the lesson
Right.
so that I can see, okay, these are the things that I did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's unpack this and see what were good about this
Right.
and what did I do wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I even tried to like separate the magazine, and I had thicker
Mm-hmm.
Divas, which was a sexier magazine, and then I tried to rebrand Taffy BBW
Mm-hmm.
in a classier way, and that didn't work because it already had the reputation.
Mm-hmm.
If like when they have those recalls, once Dole lettuce became a recall, I don't buy that motherfucker no more
Right. Right.
because I don't trust you. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. I feel you.
And it's the same thing when you're branding something,
Mm-hmm.
And even though people are bogus,
Mm-hmm.
that they trying to buy the magazine off of me. Hell to the no.
Right. That's your
Because I'm
baby.
still Miss Taffy,
Right.
goddammit.
Right. That's your baby.
And even if I never republish that magazine ever again, or I decide to do something else with it, it's still my name.
Right. 100%.
So don't ask me, can you buy it? Hell no.
Right.
It's still my baby. It stays home.
Absolutely.
Like Ike said, you can have everything else, but the name stays home.
Right.
The name stays home.
Right.
That's my mama's blood. Okay, but anyway.
Well, Ike turn that.
I had to do that. Ike. Okay, so yum ho ray cake yo. But anyway.
You a mess. She is a whole mess.
Oh my God. But anyway, I'm trying to get it out. I'm announcing that I'm going in a different direction. And in 2022, I will be launching my magazine called Bougie. Elegance magazine. But you're going to see Bougie as a big call letter. Right. Bougie. And basically, it's a magazine that is going to cater to women of color. That's not just Black women. I say women of color. So that's women who are of any brown hue. That's the Samoans, the Native Americans. If you're of Asian descent, if you're from Asia, which means you are from India or Africa, South America, any Puerto Rico, right? People of color, the Caribbean, and I want my magazine to be an international brand, and I want to focus on ladies. How do you celebrate your culture? What does Bougie Elegance look like, right, in these cultures? Because everybody has their different way of how they admire a woman, and a woman carries herself regally and elegantly. We need to go back to queendom.
Absolutely.
And that's where I'm at, y'all. I want to capitalize on the fact that we've lost our way, and we need to become ladies and the queens, as close to queendom as that we can. Like when Pharaoh and Tutankhamun was going on, and Nefertiti
and Cleopatra,
who was Black. Was Black, because Egypt's in Africa. Right. Okay.
I feel you.
And can't nobody be fair skinned in Egypt because they will burn. And they can't have blue eyes because their eyeballs will burn. They be in sunglasses. Right. Just so you know. I just thought I'd throw that out there. Because that'd be irritating the shit out of me when they talk about Egypt, and then they show Pharaoh white as hell and Jesus white as hell, and it ain't nobody in the Bible white. Right. Everybody is of color. Right. But I mean, News at 11, if y'all don't know it, look it up. I'm sure y'all gonna come for me. Right. So that's what I'm doing, guys. And then also, I want to kind of share something with you all. So I've been like really on this enlightenment and this transition in my life where I want to like elevate myself. And I want to like figure out who I am for real, because I've kind of lost my way dating people, giving pieces of my soul through sex and just stress. And I need to like revisit my core.
I feel that.
If you will.
I feel that.
And so I was looking for like journal pages, because I want to create this journal. And because that's kind of how the universe was, I was manifesting, and that's kind of how the universe gave me the information. So I was just happened to be on, online, you Google. Right. And, as you guys go from one page to another, and I was looking at the different blogs, a book came out, and the name of the book is called The Miracle Morning. And when I tell you guys, talk about epiphany.
Blew your mind, huh?
I've only been reading this book like 2 or 3 days. And when I tell you it's everything, you all need to get it. The guy's name is Hal Edcord or something like that. I'll make sure that when we post this, I'll make sure we have it in the comments what this is.
Okay.
But one of the things that he has said that really resonated with me. Did you know? Because it's something called the 95% rule of mediocrity.
Oh, break it down.
Okay, so he had the statistic. He said, monetarily speaking, only 5% of the population, by the time they worked 40 years and they retired, will be successful in creating the life of freedom and living the life that they always wanted to live. And 95% of the population will continue to struggle because of mediocrity. Okay, so he said this, and it was just like really like
blow you.
He said, according to the Social Security Administration, SSA, if you take 100 people at the start of their work career, you usually start your work career about between 18, maybe you might work a little bit early, but 18 is around the time when you get that little job at McDonald's, or you are like trying to make a little money so you can pay for prom or whatever the hell you're trying to pay for, because your mama didn't buy you them gym shoes, and you want to buy them gym shoes and them designer clothes, or that game or whatever the hell. He said by the time you work 40 years and you get to retirement age, which is around, some people retire at 55, but it's really 62 is the statistic, between 62 and 65. He said, out of those 100 people, now, listen, y'all, this is crazy as hell.
Break it down to the
only one person out of that 100, for every 100 people, only one person is going to be wealthy. 4 will be financially secure. 5 will continue working because they don't have no damn choice. They don't continue working because they can't afford to retire. That's why you see old people working at Walmart and McDonald's and stuff like that. They taking the jobs over the kids because they don't want to work. You know,
which is crazy.
They want to, like, fraud people on Cash App. Yeah, you know.
Scamming is real. Scamming is big. It has to be big money for all the calls I get every day. So hey,
exactly. They be sending me, and I got Malice software, so every time I click on a thing, it be like, nope, that website is Malice. And 36 of those people, because I remember I said 1 will be wealthy, 4 will be financially secure, 5 will continue working because they don't have no damn choice. 36 will die before they even reach the 40 years. Due to stress, due to alcoholism, due to depression, due to getting murdered, because I live in Chicago or whatever, due to the police killing their ass. And the last 54 will be broke. And depend on their friends, family, relatives, and I said the government to take care of them. Because you can't live off of Social Security. It's only like $300 a month.
That is a shocking number. I would have never thought. You said 54?
54.
Damn. That is a
out of the 100. So that's over half.
Damn.
A little over half of those people out of the 100
will end up
basically struggle the rest of their life until they die.
They're never gonna be able to get above water. Damn. That is a sobering number. I mean, that it's not like I don't believe it, because I mean, you can see, like, if you just look out your window, like any downtown in any city, if you just roll through, you see how bad people are doing. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, just in your personal opinion, because I want to get your opinion about this. What do you
Hmm.
think? Like, what do you think the fix for that is? Like, just this topic
Well, I'm finna
aside.
tell you.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Go
I'm
ahead.
finna share. That's why I was sharing.
Yeah, yeah. Break it down.
So
Break it
now
down.
that we know, like because I have to do this because I'm a natural teacher, so I got to break this
Right,
down to
right.
y'all
Damn.
because knowledge is power, y'all.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And this is very, very important as Black people
Absolutely.
or just people in general, but especially Black people,
Absolutely.
because we spend our time looking rich,
Mm-hmm.
but we always trying to rob Peter to pay Paul, and we never save, we never do nothing
Right.
to pursue our dreams because of mediocrity.
Mm.
And so the guy was saying, step one, to acknowledge the 95% reality check.
Mm.
Understand that that's where we're going. That's your reality
Right.
if you live that long.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So you need to be doing something about that shit now.
Right.
Figure out what the hell you're going to do
Mm-hmm.
so that you will be that number one person who wealthy as hell, not on the backs of other people,
Absolutely.
but you're wealthy on your own merit,
Mm-hmm.
or you're those 5 successful people at least.
Right. Right.
Okay,
100%.
which is only 6 people out of 100.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
That's decent.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's crazy.
so the first thing you need to do is stop settling for less.
Mm.
Basically, he was saying that in every aspect of our lives, we literally don't take care of things. Like we don't take care of our physical health.
Mm. That's true.
You know what I'm saying? We physically, we just don't get it.
Right.
We eat bad, we kick it, we drinking, we smoking, we
Right.
doing all the wrong things, and we're not feeling our bodies right. Or we go on extreme diets.
Mm-hmm.
No offense to vegans, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
Right. That changes stomach biome. Like you
That's
gotta.
extreme.
Right. Right.
Right. My mom almost died from that because she was eating vegan
Mm-hmm.
because she was buying these vegan dinners thinking it was better for her.
Mm-hmm.
And she ended up getting fluid on her heart
Really.
and messing up her bowel, like you said.
Yeah.
And she stopped doing it. She went back to a balanced diet.
Right. Right.
They talk about their mental and emotional. Most definitely Black people don't deal with that
Mm-hmm.
because we emotionally deal with our sins
Mm-hmm.
by drinking, partying, smoking, screwing,
Right.
and being mean to people,
Mm-hmm.
being ratchet to people, hating on people,
Right.
social media.
Mm-hmm.
We don't deal with our mental health like as you were talking about. As far as relationships, we don't even have it.
Yep.
We're broken and we leave it there.
Yep.
We don't think about marriage anymore. We don't think about serious relationships anymore. Everybody just kind of screwing and just dealing with it.
Right, and
It's
I
just not.
just to interject, sorry to interrupt your list real
No,
quick,
that's
but
okay.
this goes back to what you were saying about like the new generation and them just not. This is going back to the Monique thing about the new generation just not like taking respect in themselves. I have noticed the uptick in that as well. Like people just kind of wanting to screw, like just have
Yeah.
sex and then like not like that's what I noticed on what is that Plenty of Fish and Tinder and all that stuff. Is
Right.
like a lot of people are just looking for a sexual connection. I don't know if that's an illustration of the whole generation, but definitely people online, it seems to only be like, I want instant gratification. I'm not trying to get to know you. Like it is what
Right.
it is, and let's keep it moving. I don't know what
Exactly.
that is. I don't know
Friends
what
with
that's.
benefits.
Yeah, I don't really. I don't know because like sex has never been hard to get. Like I'm not trying to sound cocky, but it's just never been that difficult to get. And at some point, it's like, all right, I'm tired of just screwing around. Like I do want something a little
Right.
bit deeper. Like having a significant other not only is beneficial because you have like somebody you can depend on, but it's just a lifestyle that like, oh hey, I'm sick, I know you can take care of this, you can pay these bills for me, or hey, I know you got my back if I fall or I need, I get paralyzed
Exactly.
for some reason. Like why would you not want that and be I just don't get it. But I'm
Exactly.
sorry. I don't get the new generation. But go ahead with your list. I'm
I
sorry.
don't either. And then financially,
Mm-hmm.
we spend all our money now.
Yes.
We spend all our money on our clothes
Right.
and jewelry and bullshit,
Instant
and we don't
gratification.
save any money. We don't
Right.
save anything. And
Mhm.
so when people die suddenly, they got to do a GoFundMe page because they don't even have insurance.
Right.
They don't have life insurance. They don't have anything
Right.
going from it. So they said identify the mediocrity,
Mm-hmm.
because basically with us is we suffer from something called rear view mirror syndrome.
Right.
Basically what that means is we subconsciously equipped ourselves with the self-limiting rear view mirror. In other words, we continuously relive and recreate our past.
Mm. Hey.
Think about that, because that really resonated with me.
Right.
Because I had to think about it. Like, I've been married 3 times, and I relived and recreated those same relationships every single time.
Dang.
My first husband was abusive and emotionally disconnected and didn't give a damn about me, and I did everything. I was like his mama, basically. My
Damn.
second husband, even though he was a mama's boy,
Mm-hmm.
I still took care of him, paid all the bills, took care of him, did everything.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime I wanted him out of a job, I helped him get it.
Right.
If I wanted him to go to school, I helped him get it.
Mm-hmm.
My last husband, crackhead,
Mm.
on a fucking kickstand,
Right.
I did the same thing with him, helped him get his high school diploma. In every single relationship, I find myself being mama to these guys.
Damn.
And I'm like, what am I doing? It's something about me that I'm not fixing in my psyche, that I keep attracting, or I keep migrating to those kind of people.
Damn. That's deep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I figured it out. And the thing about it is, my dad and my mom got a divorce when I was 5. And so my dad was never around. Even when my parents were married, my dad was always at the bar, or always somewhere else doing something else. And my mom was always somewhere else too. And so I never received that. I never felt needed.
Damn.
And desired and wanted, because I didn't get that at home. And so therefore I believe that by me dating these men, they needed me. And so I felt like I mattered. Right. But I really didn't. They were dependent on who I was.
Right.
And they weren't connected to who I really was.
Right.
I was able to provide them something, but they wasn't emotionally connected to me. I was just a comma.
Right, right.
So they can go to the next one and use the next person.
Right, right. That's deep.
And as I was elevating them, they became confident. They got their shit together. So now I'm good enough to go to get the woman that I really want.
Right, right. Damn. That's crazy. I mean, first of all, shouts out to you for being able to psychoanalyze yourself like that, because that's therapist level right there. Like
3 days.
Let me just give you a clap for that. But like
that just came out like in 3 days.
For real.
I didn't get it.
Right. Dang.
I didn't get it. And I kept saying, Lord, why did this keep happening to me? And he was like,
right.
You know why. Right. I'm gonna let that sink in,
and
I'm gonna give you I'm gonna give you those crumbs.
Right. Them revelations be crazy. You never know. Sometimes you just wake up like, oh snap, and the revelation just hits you in your face, and you be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's been there the whole time, but yeah, them revelations be crazy.
Oh yeah, like you tearing up your room looking for the toenail clipper. Like my daughter was looking for the toenail clipper. And I walked over by her, and the toenail clipper was right on the table, right next to her.
Like, why didn't you see this? Why couldn't you?
Exactly, exactly. And that's kind of how I felt. And another thing that tripped me out, that falls under the brother, the rear view mirror syndrome. And we're gonna have to, like, of course, we've been on for a while, but I'm gonna have to revisit as I unpack this.
Right, right.
But you all got to get this book. It's called The Miracle Morning. And he said that as a result, we filter every choice we make from what time we will wake up in the morning to which goals we set for ourselves, and what we allow ourselves to consider possible for our lives through the limitations of our past experiences. Which means that if I'm used to failing all the time, and I know how that feels, I'm never going to try again, because for fear I'm going to revisit that past, that past hurt, that past problem. Like, oh no, I've already been through that. I'm not going to go through that again. So we shut down and we allow that to limit us. And they also said, and this was real crazy.
What's up?
They said that research shows that on any given day, the average person thinks somewhere between 50,000 to 60,000 thoughts. However, the problem with this 95% the problem is that 95% of our thoughts
Mm.
are the same as the ones we thought the day before,
Mm.
and the day before that,
Dang.
and the day before that.
Mm.
Therefore, it's no wonder most people go through life day after day, month after month, year after year, and never change the qualities of their lives.
That's real.
Because they wake up, fuck, I gotta go to work.
Right.
Man, this electric bill is due.
Yeah.
Man, I want this outfit, but I can't even buy it. But you know what? I ain't finna pay my rent. I think I'm gonna have from my bill collector because I'm finna buy this outfit.
Right.
And damn, I gotta get some weed. My weed man ain't hitting, and so
you get stuck in a
are
rut.
you get in a rut and you continue to convince yourself that I'm satisfied with where I'm at right now. It's easy. I'm used to it. And I'm not gonna do anything else.
Right. Yeah. Like I say, literally a rut. Like you just go through the same motions every day. You literally just create. It's damn near like creating a rut. You just go the same path every day. You just wear that down. And yeah, I agree with you 100%. It's easy to do the same thing every day. It's easy to just wake up, go to work, come home, go to sleep, then do it all over again. No, 9 to 5, 365, every day of the year. But you have to look outside yourself if you want to be outside yourself. Like if you the only way to get somewhere that you've never been is to do something you've never done. So you have to look outside yourself to be like, okay.
And they did quote that.
Oh, did they?
And in fact, it's a T-shirt that I'm getting ready to create. So y'all better not steal that motherfucker.
Right, go ahead.
Because I'm gonna say it real fast so you can't.
But
the guy said people accept the fact that that you should not accept that is. Okay, so it said, like you just said, if you are to move beyond your past and transcend your limitations, you must stop living out of your rearview mirror and start imagining a life of limited possibilities, which means you should be thinking to yourself, my past does not equal my future.
There you go.
Because trust me, my past was so fucked up.
Right.
And if I were to really think about where I was 20 years ago, in my 20s and in my 30s,
right,
and part of my 40s,
right. No,
I would either been dead because I would have killed myself, or I would have been in the crazy house, all fucked up, or I've been an alcoholic, or I've been a drug addict, or I've been doing something real messed up. Because most people couldn't deal with my life. I'm gonna have to write a book about it because my book is like,
hey, we want to see, we want to hear that. We want everybody gonna want to read that.
My book will be so crazy because I mean, damn. But the point is that you need to talk to yourself and you need to inspire yourself. And so that's why I'm reading this book because they have something called the Life of Savers. And so basically, I'm gonna just give you a real quick blurb, and then I know we're gonna have to go soon. So every morning, what you do is you get up first thing in the morning, usually an hour before you have to rise. And I'm not a morning person, and the guy in the book is not either.
Right.
And
I identify with
at
that.
all. I'm not a morning person at all. But I have to get up anyway because my daughter has to be in school at 7:45, and she'll get detention if she 1 second late.
Damn. Okay.
And so we have to get up literally at 5:30, and then she got to literally have her routine. She got to, take her shower, then she got to put her clothes on. I got to get my ass up because I'd be like,
right.
and I got to drink my coffee, and I got to get myself together so I can drive this 30 miles to get her to school because, I live a long way from where her high school is. We got to fight Chicago traffic, and it's just real crazy. So basically what they suggest is you get up early in the morning, an hour before you're supposed to. And the first thing you're supposed to do is you sit in silence first. So that could be meditation. It could be, when you listen to music. But basically the premise is that everything you're going to do 6 things. Right. And each one of these 6 things you got to do for 10 minutes. So you need to sit still and meditate or pray or whatever you do. Right. Yum your whole reiki for 10 minutes. What I do is I go on YouTube and I listen to some kind of meditation or chakra cleansing or something like that. The next thing I do is after you do that, you do a affirmation because that's savor. Right. You do an affirmation And there's an affirmation, and I'm gonna like post like the link, guys.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Think and Grow Rich,
Mm-hmm.
and he has a self care or self confidence
Mm.
affirmation that you say, and it's so powerful. And
That.
y'all have to say it. You will feel like you could literally like challenge the world after you say this because it's just so amazing.
Right.
But basically, he hones on that if you are going to elevate yourself,
Mm-hmm.
do not elevate yourself and be negative and do on the backs of other people. Like, do not do anything illegal. Do
Right.
not do anything malicious. Don't be jealous.
Right.
Don't be catty. Don't dog anybody else out to get your personal thing.
Right.
You
Vendetta.
know,
Right.
because you're never going to be you're not going to be successful
Right.
on the backs of others. You just
Absolutely.
not. Look
Absolutely.
at Donald Trump ass.
Right.
Right now, he's his demise is coming,
Mm-hmm.
and I cannot the hell wait.
That karma about to hit him in the face.
Oh
But I
yeah,
feel.
because karma is everything,
Mm-hmm.
and it's called personal development. So that's really what you're doing is
Mm-hmm.
you are doing a personal development situation.
Mm-hmm.
So then after that, after you do your affirmation,
Mm-hmm.
then you do visualization. So you create some kind of vision board.
Mm-hmm.
You can either do it mentally or you can put it on the wall,
Right.
and you really visualize the things in which you want to change in every single part of your life.
Mm.
Because you might get it right in some places
Right.
where you can strengthen that
Mm-hmm.
and elevate it even more. And then there are other things that's in the basement behind the first
Right.
is right next to that rat right there,
Uh-huh.
across the street from the bag of roaches,
Right.
next to that sour ass meat in the
Right.
bag garbage
I feel
in
you.
a litter box
Uh-huh.
where the dog piss on your clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know.
Right.
So you want to like visualize, okay, what are the things I'm going to fix
Mm-hmm.
financially,
Mm-hmm.
mentally, emotionally,
Mm.
financially? What are the things I'm going to fix?
Right.
Then after you do that, then you go into dealing with your emotions.
Mm-hmm.
So you start journaling
Mm.
and you literally like talk about what you're grateful for.
Mm.
Uh, Start there, and then you
Right.
start unpacking some of the things that you want to accomplish. Like, what are you going to go for today,
Mm.
and how are you going to get there?
Right.
And you literally do a to-do list for yourself,
Dope.
not the shit that you got to do.
Right. Right.
Like, oh, I got to take out the garbage, and then I got to go pay this bill, and I got to call some. No, 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 no.
Right.
What personal development are you doing?
Right. What do you
Oh,
need to
I
do to
forgot.
improve?
You should also, after you journal,
Mm-hmm.
then read.
Yes.
Pick something that
Right.
you were meant to read.
Mm-hmm.
Like, say, for instance, you got a self-help book like this one I'm talking about,
Right. More than motivation.
and you never got around to reading it. Or like
Right.
The Secret, everybody was into The Secret.
Right.
And you got the book from your friend, but you never opened it
Right.
and read it.
Right.
Spend 10 minutes on each one of these things, and you have your whole hour.
Mm.
When I tell you, I only did half of that because I ain't have the time. We got to be like 5:30.
Right.
But when I did half of that, I did the silence, I did the affirmation, and I did the visualization.
Mm.
My life transformed in the reading.
Dope.
When I tell you how
Made a difference.
clear,
Mm.
because my mind was very clear. Normally, I come home after I drop our daughter off, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take a nap because I'm tired as hell. I
Right.
done fought traffic. I didn't want to get up anyway.
Right.
But that day,
Mm-hmm.
which was yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
I came in.
Mm-hmm.
I made breakfast.
Mm.
I got my cup of coffee. I set up my computer at my kitchen table
Right.
instead of sitting on my bed.
Mm-hmm.
And I literally found all kinds of like business opportunities, ideas to start my business,
Dope.
get my store going, t-shirt ideas,
Right.
all kinds of things that was going to elevate me to that next level of what I want to do with my life.
Mm.
And I'm telling you guys, the miracle morning.
Miracle morning. I said morning motivation. Miracle morning. I got you.
The miracle morning.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you want to put in life 10,
Mm-hmm.
you can put that in and a whole lot of stuff will come up. But it's the miracle morning .com. It's on Kindle, so you can go on Amazon.
Right.
Please get that book.
It makes a big difference.
if you are one of these people who are depressed,
Mm-hmm.
or you in a rut, or things are just not going well with
Mm-hmm.
you, and you just feel in a slump, this book
Mm.
is way better than The Secret.
Right. I feel you. I never read The Secret, so I might have to check
You
that
don't
out
want to,
myself.
because it's nothing more. The Secret is nothing more than a bunch of quotes
Right.
from everybody else.
Oh, okay. So it ain't even
It's
that good.
really what it is,
Right,
and
right.
it just gives you advice about how everybody else elevates their life,
Mm.
but they ain't telling you how to do it.
Right, 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 right. It's okay.
The secret is that there is no secret.
Right. That's a terrible thing.
I'm just saying.
No,
I
no.
ain't mad. I mean, I'm not trying to hate on The Secret,
Right,
because
right.
I looked at it too,
Mm-hmm.
and there's something to be said about manifestation, and I do all of that.
Right.
But it makes no sense to do all these affirmations. I'm made of money. I money attracts me. Money's gonna come to me.
Right.
Money, I'm gonna be successful. But action, like they say, faith without works is dead.
Right, right.
If you do not
Actually
put
have an
forth the
action
effort to
plan.
get to that point, you can't just sit here and say, okay, money's gonna come to me. I'm gonna get $1 million
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow.
Right.
It's not going to happen
Right.
unless you listen to the universe and they tell you
Right.
exactly what you're supposed to do.
Right. You start taking those steps towards it. No, I feel
You
that.
have to.
I feel that, Queen.
And I just want to personally say
Mm-hmm.
to you, Anthony,
What's up?
aka Anonymous. I shouldn't be saying your name out loud, but
Uh,
can't nobody look you up in the phone
right.
because they don't know your last name.
Right.
But I'm gonna just tell you all, I'm just gonna thank him publicly. I'm telling you all, one of the things that they also said is get somebody that's an accountability partner.
Mm.
And for the longest time, I held myself accountable, but I was lazy about it because I didn't have to answer to nobody. I was answering to myself.
Mm-hmm.
And so there were days that I was grinding all damn day long and all night long, didn't get no damn sleep. And then there were other days that I didn't do shit.
Mm.
Literally stayed in the same spot.
Mm-hmm.
I got up to pee, came back, laid there,
Right.
watched TV, or the TV was watching me, or I slept,
Right.
or I was just, my mind was racing.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to thank you, Anthony, because you came in my life at a time when I was that stagnant,
Mm-hmm.
and I just didn't know what I was doing, and I've been blessed
Mm-hmm.
abundantly because accountability partner, y'all. You have to have somebody. Because one thing I can say about this brother, right, and I hold him accountable too.
Absolutely.
But we if we're not texting each other, and shout out to his girl, because I know she's sick and tired of my fat ass. Like, I wish his bitch would stop calling my man. But he holds me accountable. Okay, even if he don't talk to me because he got shit else that he's got going on, he be like, okay, did you post on Instagram? Did you answer that? I saw this letter, somebody wrote you. You need to answer this person. Did you go on your other platforms that you into? And did you check your mail? Did you I answer some things, but you need to answer them personally. And he holds me accountable. Okay, I need you to post this at this time. Okay, these are our statistics, yo. Right. Okay, we need to work on this because this is falling. We need to get it together. And stuff like that.
I got you.
He holds me accountable. And that's another recommendation the book says is you need to get an accountability partner. Call your dad. An accountability partner. My daughter is here.
Okay.
And the accountability partner will keep you on point.
No stuff.
And make sure that, and if he don't hit me up, I'm like, hey, I got this idea. I need you to hit me up. I need you to call me.
Right.
And we check in and we make sure that even if it's 2 or 3 days, we don't get to talk for whatever reason, because life happens.
Right.
We still, not only do we business-wise check on each other, but he checks on my mental health. He's like, Simone, you don't sound right. Are you okay? What's going on? Or if I don't hear from him, and I'm like, okay, Anonymous, this ain't like you, bro.
Right.
I ain't talked to you in a couple of days.
Right.
Are you okay? What you doing?
Right.
What's going on? And so I just wanted to publicly thank you.
Hey, ain't no thing.
I want to thank the universe. I want to thank God for you. Because if it wasn't for you in these past months, I don't know how successful I would be. I would still be in the same spot, doing the same damn thing. And I appreciate that about you. So thank you.
Ain't no thing, girl. You got the kind of energy. I was coming in. The universe was sending us together. That's just how it goes. But I don't. Well, we're gonna get off of here in a minute. But before we do,
yes.
I just wanted to say, You are dope as hell. First of all, I really
Thank
appreciate those
you.
words. But also, just a business announcement, just to let your fans know that the Patreon, we are going to be making a new Patreon coming pretty soon.
Yes.
We are going to allow fans at the $5 tier, $5 a month, super inexpensive, to actually be able to contact and talk with you back and forth via text message. So we definitely want y'all
Be
to keep a
careful
look.
though.
Right, right. Y'all can
Don't
get
be
blocked.
sending me no
Right,
produce.
right. No,
It
no
better be a
eggplants.
strawberry
Right,
or some grapes. Don't be
right,
sending me no eggplants and
right.
cucumbers.
But yeah,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
we expanding, we growing, and definitely want to get in touch with the fans. Definitely want to allow y'all to support her even further in her career and give you a little access, a little behind the scenes talking points with Miss Simone. So we really appreciate y'all for supporting the podcast. We are actually on our way to some I'll just say some unlocking some dope opportunities. So yeah, we appreciate y'all. We're gonna get off of here. We've been
Yes.
on for we've been over an hour now. And yeah, I'm always excited to work with you. I'm always happy that you bring these dope energies back to me because
Hey, at the end of the day, thank you so much. At the end of the day, guys,
hmm
I just want to end with this.
you didn't have no bonnet on when we met. I'm sorry. Go
Well,
ahead.
no, I did not, and I never will.
Right there
I
you
do.
go.
Do I wear it at night? Absolutely.
Right, but you're
When
not
I'm
going
in the
to
shower,
airports.
absolutely. But
Right,
but you will not see me in the airport. I'm dialed up at the airport.
right, because you got that
And
energy.
anywhere I go. Even when I go to the bathroom
hmm
at the gas station, I'm gonna be dialed up.
Right, I
Damn that.
got you. I got
Just so you know. But anyway, at the end of the day,
you.
if you didn't get anything else out of this,
Mm,
take away this,
mm,
ladies and gentlemen. We
mm.
got to do better.
Yes.
You have to feel the way that you feel about yourself
Mm,
reflects by your appearance, by
mm,
the way you speak, by
mm.
the way you walk, the way
Yes.
you carry yourself. So be mindful of that
Mm,
and get it together. And if you are depressed,
mm,
and go get some help,
mm. Right.
but don't let it reflect in the
Right.
way you move and the
Mm,
way you do things, because ultimately it's going to kill you.
right.
If it don't kill you physically, it's going to
Mm.
kill you on so many other levels.
Absolutely. Career
And then
wise,
at
yeah.
the end of the day, go get the miracle
Morning.
morning. It
Mm-hmm.
will change your life.
Dope. Dope. Love
It
it.
will change your life.
That's,
You got anything you want to say, Anonymous, before
uh,
we get out of here?
before we get out of here, Thursdays, starting November 18th, I will be at the Cedric Seafood and Spirits over in Anderson here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Tuesday, I'm going to be at Go Bananas doing some stand up comedy. So make sure y'all come out. Make sure y'all have a good time. Anderson, the show in Anderson is free. The one at Go Bananas is $5, but it does help support your boy. But other than that, no, man, I'm officially a stand-up comedian now, I guess.
Yay!
But
All
no.
right, we're gonna see you on Wild and Out and
Hey,
shit.
hey, trying to make it, trying to do the damn thing. You know what I'm saying?
Do it. Do that shit. I ain't mad at you because we finna get that bag
You already know,
that
Queen.
Cardi B so fondly talks about.
Uh-huh.
And so again, this is simply Simone Thick. I love you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for your support.
Mm-hmm.
Like, comment, share,
Mm-hmm. As
and
always.
let us get this monetization because a bitch needs some money.
Right.
I'm trying to move. I got shit to
Right.
do. I'm
Right.
tired of the same thing on my wall.
Right.
I need a different, like a loft
I got
and a
you.
Bentley.
Ain't nothing
Hook
wrong
me,
with
hook a
that.
bitch up.
I feel it.
But again, this is simply Simone Thick coming to you live and shy.
Mm.
And this is my co-host,
Anonymous. What's up? We catch y'all later, man. We appreciate
Hicks,
y'all.
Peace, and the hell chicken grease, y'all.
Peace.